The Nashville Predators want to turn things around from a very bad start after being one of the best teams in the free agency period this summer. The Washington Capitals, one of the league's most surprising teams, looking to get their momentums going on red hot and still wanting to carry that on to tonight up against the slumping Preds. Hello everyone, I am Alex Nava. It is November 6th. 2024, and this crowd is packed here tonight at Capital One Arena for this one here as we go to rinkside between the Preds and the Caps. The Caps get a big boost tonight as they are getting back Matt Roy from the injured reserve. Heading into tonight's game, he'll be swatting into the second defensive pair next to Rasmus Sandin. And it's a big boost. It's for them. He's been missing substantial time because he was on the injured reserve. And now with him back in the lineup, they are fortifying themselves on the defensive core. Heading into this game, the Preds did not hold a morning skate, and Roy had a lower body injury. Heading into tonight, he sustained a lower body injury during Washington season opener on October 12th. He'll return after missing 10 games. Jacob Chychrun, on the other hand, wore a non-contact jersey at morning skate, which is good news for the Caps in getting a key player back on the way to the lineup. So as we look at who is hot and who is not, we first go to between the pipes. Juuse Saros is expected to start. It's the first off the ice. 3-6-1 with a 283 GA, 902 save percentage. He's been alarmingly average last season. And so far he continues to be alarmingly average this year. But one thing to note and one thing to ponder about this is that he is 283. He's 5-3-0 with a 912 save percentage and a 265 GA in his career against the Caps. He won his lone start against them last year, stopping 21-22. Yaroslav Askarov got the win in the other game. Nashville swept the regular season series last year. Saros had a 21 saves effort on the first of two games. That was the Nashville game. Askarov played in the Washington game. That game went to a shootout. The Caps forced a shootout on a tying goal by Alex Ovechkin in the second period. No scoring in the third or overtime. For Logan Thompson, who switched from 36 to 48 on the jersey number department, 5-0-0 for 297 GAA and 894 save percentage. Last playing on Sunday, picking up the win and stopping 34-36. His career against Nashville, 3-1-0. With a 228 GA and 933 save percentage. Last season, his lone start got the win, stopping 34 of the 35 shots that he faced. So what does this mean for the Caps? They ran out gas back on Sunday, winning 4 games in 6 nights, and the second half of a back-to-back led to a loss for the surging Caps against the Carolina Hurricanes. They may look to get back to their winning ways against the Preds, looking to salvage what's been a very rough start to the year. But as for line combinations, the blue line will be getting a huge boost against Nashville. Matt Roy set to make his return from his season-opening lower body injury that's held him out in the last 10 games. Roy is slotting into the second pairing with Rasmus Sandin. Dylan McIlrath will draw out. Chychrun is still of an upper body injury. He is still making progress, however. Alexander Alexeyev will stay in the lineup and will continue to take Chychrun's place. Up front, the 4 lines remain the same as they were against the Hurricanes. Sonny Milano is staying in for Jacob Vrana. Logan Thompson staying in net. We're getting set to go underway. We'll get you to our line combos. Right now, starting with the visiting Preds. Philip Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly, Gustav Nyquist. Steven Stamkos, Juuso Parssinen, Jonathan Marchessault. Philip Tomasino, Tommy Novak, Michael McCarron, Zach Loheiro, Colton Sissons, Cole Smith. For the forwards, Brady Shea, Roman Josi, Jeremy Lauzon, Alexander Carrier, Mark Del Gaizo, and Luke Shen for the defense. Saros the starter, Scott Wedgwood the backup. For Washington, their line combos: Alex Ovechkin, Dylan Strome, Alexei Protas, Connor McMichael, Pierre-Luc Dubois, Tom Wilson, Sonny Milano, Andrew Mangiapane, Hendrix Lapierre at the center spot, Brandon Duhaime, Nick Dowd, Taylor Radish for the forward combos, Martin Fehervary with John Carlson, Rasmus Sandin with Matt Roy, Alex Alexeyev with Trevor Van Riemsdyk, Logan Thompson the starter, Charlie Lindgren is the backup. Healthy scratches for Nashville are Mark Jankowski, Dante Fabro, and Luke Evangelista. For Washington, it's Verona, Michael Scarbosa, and Dylan McElrath. So, the ice scrapage is... They're getting some little ice scrapages just before we get underway here from our nation's capital, Washington, D.C. 3 NHL games will take place here tonight. The first one of them is this game, Nashville trying to salvage a very rough start. Other 2 games are Detroit and Chicago, which will start at 8 p.m. Eastern. Vegas and Edmonton, 8:30 Eastern. The Red Wings and Blackhawks playing at the Windy City. At the United Center, Chicago, Illinois. Golden Knights and Oilers at the northernmost NHL city, Edmonton, Alberta, at Rogers Place. They're still getting the ice scrapages just along here, so bear with us. We'll get the action underway in just a moment. They're doing a very dedicated... This ice crew is very dedicated to their jobs and making sure that nothing gets left behind here. So as for who is hot in Nashville, you want to think that Philip Forsberg is certainly hot. 6 goals and 10 points to begin the season. But everybody in Nashville is at a plus minus in the negatives here. So as we get underway, it is the McMichael line up against the Stamkos line to begin with. McMichael up against Dubois. Dubois loses the opening faceoff. We're underway here from DC. As Washington is looking to establish momentum here early. It's blocked up top here at first. It's Washington trying to establish the early forecheck. And it's cleared out to center. First of 2 meetings between these 2 clubs. In the Music City, they want to get things back on track here as this one's fed up for Dubois, who clears this one out. Recollected at center ice and scooped back up. Lauzon's pass is too far. It'll be called for icing. Rasmus Sandin, the former Maple Leaf, he's out there onto the ice. So you say hello to our officials for tonight's game. Andrew Brunette is the head coach of the Predators. Spencer Carberry for the Capitals. Kelly Sutherland and Michael Markovich, the referees. And the linesmen being Travis Garlitz and Brad Kovacic. Nashville wins this defensive zone faceoff. Lauzon tried to clear. Washington keeps it. Ovechkin right in front. Quick shot from the right circle. It's turned away by Saros on Alexei Protas. .5'11" is Dylan Strome. Protas is a towering presence at 6'6", and he can do the dirty work up front. He gets a shot away from the right circle. Quick face-off win by the Caps. Ovechkin tries to get one off. Can't do it. Nashville scoops it up and clears it down. On the attack, right in front. Out of reach from Sissons. Thompson plays it through the far side. Moved up for Roy, who backhands this one in. Saros out of his net. Moved over to Carrier, and a reverse hit for Ovechkin. It's right in front. Ovechkin pass across. Can't get it there, and Roy is tied up. Preds move it over through the far side. Clear this one down. Sandin back in his own zone. He scoops it up. Shots 2-1 Nashville. Early part of the first period. Caps trying to move this through at the far side. Pass a little too far. It may have went out of play, and Hendrix Lapierre skated around with a smile on his face. And while this one was a perfect cut in front, Ovechkin was Johnny on the spot on that body check to strip away Nashville off that puck. Then tried to get a pass across, which way I believe he should have shot that one. And Jeremy Lauzon, he did a false start on the previous faceoff, so that may have been what commenced that. A minute and a half into this game, Nashville wins it. Schenn, Delgaizo through the far side, out to reach, but played by Thompson through the far side. Preds keep. McCarron, stick lifted, keeps a hold of this puck. Pinned towards the wall by Van Riemsdyk. Poked away several times. Recollected by Nashville over the near corner. Low spin and turn as Cole Smith. Schenn across. Delgaizo. And around for Schenn as he tries to keep this one in. Barely does so at the near corner. Pass back for Schenn from Lahero. And a shot was turned away by Thompson. Lahero chasing after it. Just kept in by Schenn. And Delgaizo fires it wide. Recollected by Lahero. Lahero bodies off someone. Zach Lahero. And he's turned away by Thompson, wearing the number 48. The puck battle behind the net of importance as Nashville wants to win that battle. Line up on for the blocker side. Zach Lahero, who's looking for his first career NHL goal, tries a little wraparound on Thompson. Turned away at that last spot. Juuso Parssinen up on the second line with Steven Stamkos. See how things go out. Face off, controlled by Washington. They get it out. Recollected at the defensive zone by Josi. Bounce off the far wall. As will be icing here as Nashville can't get anything out of it. John Carlson collects it. I'm trying to... Regardless of what happens, there's everything. No matter what darkness we fall into, we can fill it up with the brightest lights that we can ever get. And a face-off win by Nashville, but this bounced off of Saros. Tomasino trying to clear. Brad Sabat, here's Josi through the far side. Double team by two Capitals as recollected by Washington. Loose puck over the far side. Recollected by the Preds. From the far corner, this is a bouncing puck. Moving it over to the far point, and this shot goes wide. Down goes Josi. Shea trying to keep it in. It's at the near corner. Carlson trying to get this one back for Washington. Also there is Nick Dowd, part of this fourth line. Recollected by the Preds. One-timer. Score! From way deep. Logan Thompson thinks he was hit with a high stick. We'll have to check this again. It is 1-0 Nashville. This might be Juuso Parssinen's goal. Trying to check for multiple angles, and that is so close to call. It's a one-timer by Luke Evangelista, who was in the lineup actually. It may be that positioning of the stick of Parssinen. Was it too high? Spencer Carberry may want to look at this to see if there's anything to challenge. He is with Andrew Mangiapane and Taylor Radish. They are taking a look at it. So far, no challenges from Carberry. And the challenge window has closed as this faceoff is won by the Preds. It's 1-0 Nashville thanks to a deflection from Parssinen. Badly needed to get the Preds right in front. Stamkos tied up right behind the net. Washington takes it away. The Preds have not scored first a lot, but they're 1-2-0 when scoring first. As that shot was blocked, it was Schenn who took the shot. Cruising in now is Mangiapane. Around through the boards. This goes right behind the net. From the trapezoid. Set up right in front. Saros turns away the Caps. Tom Wilson trying to even this game up at 1. We're stopped at the 3:44 mark. It is Evangelista on the one-timer. And the deflection was just at the shoulder level as Parssinen got this one through. And it was Connor McMichael who got the feed from Tom Wilson right in front. And from a sharp angle, McMichael tried to bank this one through. No avail. Parssinen from Evangelista and Tomasino officially the goal for Nashville as they're on the board. False start. Sissons and Nyquist exchange places. Marchessault loses the draw. Capitals pick it up from the point. Shot goes wide. Another one-time blast. That one turned away. A third try was blocked on this pass. And Marchessault picks it up. Can't clear as this is backhand to keep it in from Mangiapane for a split second. And now Nashville's on the counter. No 2-on-1, but it's an offside. And Sissons was ahead. He was ahead to play by just a bit. Alex Ovechkin trying to cash in here for the Caps. We're also monitoring the goal count, his career for Alex Ovechkin, to see how he does in his chase for Wayne Gretzky's goal record. Last I checked, he was at 859 career goals. Let's see how many more he will get. Sissons clears this one back. Nashville recollects. Now it's Washington as they re-enter from the far side. A shot stopped by Saros. Matt Roy winds it up. Loose in front, score! Connor McMichael has tied it up at 1. Connor McMichael and his line mates have had unbelievable chemistry of one another in Washington. Part of the success has come from this line. As McMichael, he scooped up this loose rebound and banked this in. It was Matt Roy on a low drive onto the net. Smart shot that was bounced off the pads of Saros. He can't pick it up. And McMichael grabs the loose puck, cashes in for the rebound, tying it up at 1 apiece. In Washington's 50th anniversary, McMichael is the new goal leader for the Caps with 8 goals, passing Alex Ovechkin, who has 7 so far on the year. Bouncing puck as the Preds clear. Scooped up by Washington as they try to go back in on the attack. Sticked away, and it's Alex Save who has it. This one bounced off a stick. Fight for this loose puck towards the near side blue line in Washington ice. McMichael from Roy and Dubois officially. This loose puck picked up by the Caps as they catch the Preds on a line change. Holding on to this one for a little longer was Milano, and he gets bodied towards the boards by McCarron. Bouncing puck, McCarron trying to get this one out, does. Pass Ferravari, scooped up. Here's Evangelista, tied up in time by Carlson. As Washington trying to clear this one out from the far side. Nashville keeps, and it's Evangelista, double teamed. And sticking this one away and scooping it up is Ferravari from the far side, centered on a long, as it's sent to the far side, to the left circle, canceled out. So I believe was Brandon Duhaime. Duhaime spun around Shen. Here's a 3-on-2 back the other direction. Parsonen, drop pass over to Evangelista, backfired. Washington scoops it up again. They clear this one down. It's going to be an icing. 5:59 into the first. We're even up at 1. Starting to score was Parsonen. Evening it up was McMichael. Well, defensive zone starts from Washington have been on point. McMichael with 8 goals, 5 assists. He's played 12 games this far. He's 12 points in his last 10 games. He has scored 8 goals in that span. Nashville have a chance to go up 2-1 here. And an opportunity for them to capitalize here. The Capitals' goaltending hasn't been exactly one of the best, but they've been getting the wins that matters, and this one bounced off the cage. Nashville trying to keep this one alive. It's Brady Shea trying to score there. From the trapezoid, they come out of it. Pass to the point, over to Yossi. Shot blocked, exits the zone. And Nashville has to recollect. Oh, and they just go offside. And Nashville have to mount up some work in just a moment. Tied 1-1. Parsonen answered by McMichael. We're at the 6:18 mark of the first period. Alec, now we're here with you. We'll be right back. Thompson and Jonathan Marchessault were former teammates with the Vegas Golden Knights, and they did their best trash-talking efforts towards one another. Still good friends of each other, and now they're playing for opposite teams tonight with Marchessault in Nashville, Thompson in Washington. They had a lot of good memories with the Golden Knights, especially when they won the Stanley Cup in 2023. Off the faceoff, it's collected and scooped up by the Caps as they try to get something in. Wilson to the near corner. Can't get anything out of it as Dubois lost the handle from the far side. Nashville's back in. O'Reilly shot wide. Scooped up for the trapezoid. Wraparound attempt. Loose puck in front. Collected by the Caps. No chance for a 2-on-1. Pass all the way across from Wilson. Here's McMichael. He goes sliding. Penalty's going to be called on the Preds. And McMichael slid awkwardly as though Geiso tripped him up. That'll send the Caps over to the power play. They have been struggling in that department, but one thing can change everything. McMichael has stayed hot throughout, but everything can change. McMichael has a goal, and he slid towards the boards as he was sticked by Del Geiso, who is going to go to the box. It is a tripping call. It's called by Michael Markovich. One of our two referees tonight with Kelly Sutherland, as Del Geiso got a stick on McMichael, and it caused him to fall and slide uncontrollably towards the boards. Oof. Ouch. Some more 5-on-5 goals coming in from Spencer Carberry from what it seems. And Nashville's penalty kill ranking second. Washington's power play dead last at 10.6%. That way, here's Cole Smith, shorthanded. Trapezoid, trying to look for a lane. Washington trying to get it back on the power play. Still under siege as it takes a poke from Colton Sissons. And this penalty on Washington's going to cancel out this power play. Just 20 seconds in, it's going to be John Carlson going to the box. Probably not. Is it going to be a penalty or what's it going to be? So Andrew Burnett looks on. It's actually going to remain on the power play. I thought it was a penalty, but we'll play onwards here in DC. Dylan Strome at the faceoff die. I thought it was going to be a penalty on Carlson, but I believe it was a high stick. Gustav Nyquist will take the faceoff after a false start. Just across 7 minutes in this first period, Washington on this faceoff. Here's Carlson, who is the power play quarterback on the Caps. Drop pass over, and moving this one up through center is McMichael. Elevates to his first power play unit. Using the boards to get this pass all the way across. Pass back to the point. Ovechkin, one-timer, stopped by Saros. Trying to go for goal number 860. Nashville trying to capitalize shorthanded. Nyquist, beautiful spinorama, and Thompson turns it away. He's trying to play this puck, and it was a risky decision as several Predators are right in the vicinity. Nyquist right there on the spot. Smith saw it stripped from him by Ovechkin. Pass across, out of reach. Strome trying to get it back for Washington. Nashville trying to get this one back. Washington power play is out of sorts and out of sync. Under 45 seconds to convert on this power play. They need something. Handoff for LaPierre. Caps on the attack. LaPierre through the left. Give and go around as he faked out Luke Shen towards the paint. Or the point, for Sandin. Cap setting things up. This is down low, now back. Sandin at the point. Sandin rips it. Loose out in front. Ovechkin can't get the one-timer pass off as O'Reilly uses the boards to clear this one down. 15 seconds ago is Thompson. He'll hand off for Sandin. Sandin through the right side. Picked up. Left it behind for nobody, and Nashville can kill the rest of this penalty. Ovechkin gets it back. Power play is going to end in a second, and the Predators are full strength now. Washington still in control as Mangiapane is on the right circle. Mangiapane out in front. Nothing there on the rebound. Sandin faked the one-timer, lets it go. This one blocked in front. Nashville has it again. 2-on-2, back the other direction. Now becomes a 3-on-2. A dump in. 9 minutes into the first period, we're tied at 1. Parsonen and McMichael the goals. From the far side, Sandin uses glass to get this one out. And Nashville trying to get a run in. Washington and picks this one up. Predators back at this. Josi sandwiched towards the boards and pinned down by Duhaime. Nashville trying to get this one out of their zone. Skating backwards now towards the near corner. On through the way down off the sin bin boards. And it will be an icing against Nashville as Matt Roy was the closest. The Capitals' goals are within 10 feet this season, 15 in the league. This time for 5th. That's one of the highest totals here right in the NHL. They're tied for 5th as most of Washington's goals are right around the slot from inside within 10 feet. It is one of the dirtiest areas, but you got to score from inside. Picking it up is Radish. Taylor Radish stick to side. Racing after this one is Duhaime. Radish once again poked. Josi trying to get this one up, but Duhaime kept this one alive. Duhaime hurried up now by Josi. Preds double teaming on him, but Radish takes it away. Loose puck comes back to the low point. Is stopped by Saros right in front. Radish still on it. From the right point is Faravari. There's a loose stick onto the ice. It's broken. Washington trying to keep. There's 9:57 to go in the first period. We get a stoppage. There'll be a penalty against Washington. We'll come back for this power play from Nashville in just a moment. Nashville on the power play, their first of tonight. They want to get things up back for Andrew Brunette and company. So Washington trying to counter with this penalty kill. See how good this is. Nashville has one of the best PKs in the league. Unfortunately, when it doesn't lead to goal scoring, it may not mean much. Evangelista and Mangiapane getting tangled up. LaPierre Woods to face off. It may be 5-on-5 actually. I don't believe there's going to be a penalty. Don't know. So it's scooped up by Delgaizo. Delgaizo had it poked away. Parsonen trying to get this one back, but Washington still has it. Parsonen finally gets it off, but right in front is Mangiapane to strip it away. There's still puck. It's still loose over at the far corner. It's a no man's land, recollected by Washington. It's back out to the point. Long shot was blocked in front. LaPierre gets it back. Pass is blocked up partially. This gets over to the net. Loose in front. Mangiapane got knocked away. Can't pick up this loose rebound. And Nashville clears it over to center ice. Bouncing puck as Washington recollects. The Preds are with it. Trying to get it back. This puck is up high. Evangelista may have played it off his hand. This is not a hand pass as TVR picks it up. Through the near side. Washington trying to get this one through. Bouncing off of the far side wall. And a sandwich was wall. Pass across. Ovechkin trying to glove this one down. Nashville getting this one back. It's Marchessault. Jonathan Marchessault using the boards to dump this one in. It's recollected by Washington. So they get this one through through the far side, moving it up. Dylan Strome getting this one all the way down for the Caps. In the offensive zone, several players get knocked down. Strome, Protas with Lausanne and Simpsons trying to battle for this loose puck. Ovechkin there as well. Puck comes free from the right point. The pass fanned on by John Carlson. And Carlson will backhand it behind him. Over to Protas. Now out in front, this goes for Strome. Strome had it sticked away by Josi. And this goes up high and out of play. 8:08 to go in this first period. The average shot speed this season is at 67.2 miles an hour, which is in the 99th percentile. 92 100 mile an hour shots, 19. In the 95th percentile with 80 90 mile an hour shots, 74, which is 87 in the league, the 87th percentile. The 14.1 shooting percentage is third in the entire NHL. They've been capitalizing on shot speed throughout. Face off won by the Caps. Sandin across for Roy. Roy's shot stopped. McMichael across. Right circle poked away and out of play. 8:02 to go here in this first period. Dubois in his third team in as many years. Fourth team in 5 years. Lucky fan. Fourth team in 6 years. Between the Blue Jackets, Jets, Kings, and now Capitals. Matt Roy, 354 ice time in his first 5 shifts back. We'll monitor his time on ice as his first game back from a lower body injury. Dubois loses this faceoff. McMichael will sub in. He can play center too, but he loses this faceoff. Nashville picks it up, trying to get it out. One of the Caps stumbled and fell down. Can't handle this puck. Now for the near side, Josi gets this one down and through. Forsberg trying to battle for it. Dubois there. Stamkos trying to drop it back. O'Reilly. Stick lifted several times. It's McMichael on the other way. For the right side. On the entry is Dubois. Dubois. Dump from behind and Nashville gets it back. Through the far side. Takes a bounce off that far side wall. Sandin picks this one up. Trying to move this one around. Nashville trying to get this through and out. Trying to advance. 7:15 to go here in the first period. Preds and Caps tied at 1. Parsonen, followed by McMichael on the goal. Shots 11-6, Washington. This far side pass took a bounce. Saros handles it. And Nashville trying to regain control. Smith through the far side. From the left point, pass across to Lahero. Lahero trying to get the flush on the shot. Can't. Lahero gets it back. Far side on the corner. Chopped away by Trevor Van Riemsdyk. And through the far side, pass definitely not on the market. 6:42 to go. There's an icing. The pass intended for Duhaime. But nothing was there. Alex Ovechkin trying to catch Wayne Gretzky began the year with 853 on his total career goal docket. On the season, he'll have to go for at least 42. He'll have to go for 42 to pass Gretzky. He's at 860. This one is the second straight icing, and Nashville still can't change. 6:45 to go in the first period. Washington making the playoffs last year despite a negative 41 goal differential. But they prioritized on goal scoring this offseason. Keep them as competitive as they can in whatever is left of the Alex Ovechkin era. Nicholas Backstrom and TJ Oshie are set to begin the year on long-term injury reserve. Backstrom is not set to play this year. And he may be effectively in retirement. Shea, long shot, glove down by Thompson. A block on the blue line as Nashville trying to lift this one off all the way from Brady Shea, who the Preds signed to a 7-year, $49 million contract this offseason. Nice pickup from Shea as he backpedals. No deflection from right in front. Tried to get it from Parsonen. Or Tomasino, rather. Tomasino in the place of Tommy Novak. Washington clears it out. Josi taps it backwards. This is Shea. trying to get this one up as Evangelista trying to set up in front. From the near side, Tomasino galloping his way through several defenders as he tries to cycle this over to the left point. Slap shot sails wide to the near corner as the Caps trying to get this one around. Milano from the far side. This one cleared out. And once again, it's an icing. Washington once again can't change. 5:57 remains here in the first. Nick Dowd still out there on the fourth line side for the Caps. Nashville seems to have Washington's number as of late, and that trend is continuing on here right now on the defensive prowess. Caps win another faceoff. Will this not be icing? It won't this time. There may have been some contact there. Nothing gets it's out of it. Or now we have it. Might be a trip. Sonny Milano maybe headed his way to the box. There's actually Andrew Mangiapane as he tripped up one at the Preds. And so Nashville, for real this time, will head to their first power play. As he clipped up Alex Carrier, and Milano got out of the way. 5:49 remains here. First period, set to come back. Nashville on their first power play tonight. Let's see how this goes as they're going up against Washington, who has been rolling to an 8-3-0 start on the season, trying to keep their contention window as alive and healthy as possible. They have made the playoffs in every year in the Ovechkin era, except this rookie year, 2014, 2007, and 2023. Winning this faceoff is Nashville. They're on their first power play. Pass to the left corner. Now back to the place. Yossi sets up for the left side. Marchessault right circle. Now back to the point for Yossi. Trying to get some more puck movement around. Yossi. Right side, Marchessault. Bouncing puck back for Yossi. Marchessault again. Marchessault. Gobbled up by Thompson on a simple shot. Their last 6 penalties, Washington has killed off every penalty that they have committed. And Marchessault does a smart shot as Ryan O'Reilly had his back turned. They picked this one up, it seemed. Might not have bounced that much, but nonetheless, every moment is vital here when on the power play, especially for Nashville. Trying to win this faceoff is Stamkos, can't get it. He is kicked out to die, and Ryan O'Reilly is going to come in. Stamkos for the right circle, O'Reilly for the left circle typically. Nick Dowd trying to win it for Washington. This puck bounces back to the center ice. The center dot, and there might be something. Thompson trying to call for a Nashville penalty. Martin Ferravari was tangled up with Jonathan Marchessault. And I believe Marchessault may be the one responsible. Two for tripping here by Marchessault as he clipped the legs of Ferravari as he on a puck scrum. Might have caught the legs in foot-to-foot contact. That is tripping. It'll be a minute of 29 seconds of 4-on-4 to keep on for the remainder of this first period in the final 5:18. Caps have the best home ice win streak in a while. Sandin has it. On the far side, this is a pass over to the far lane as LaPierre hands it off for the right side. LaPierre, the pass for Sandin. He tried to get this one off. Can't. Sandin double teamed. Little judo takedown by Rasmus Sandin. Nashville trying to set this one up. Oh, and one of the press got elevated to the boards. No breakout pass. Reset for Lauzon. Lauzon still holding on to this puck. Lauzon skating up front. Now pass back over to Ryan O'Reilly. O'Reilly moving this one up. Drop pass over. On the far side, near side actually, is Forsberg. Forsberg. And a saucer pass. And a one-timer. Rockets off of Thompson. And a breakthrough pass. Here's McMichael. McMichael shot wide. Roman Josi now with this one again. Josi watched by McMichael. Fitted up through. And this is a little too strong for Brady Shea. Tom Wilson trying to get this one back for Washington, but Nashville resets again. Preds on the 4-on-4 in the waiting seconds. Nyquist driving to the net. Nyquist trying to pass it behind. Can't do it. And nothing popped up for that. Washington on the counter. They'll have an abbreviated power play. Now pass in front. And a toe drag. Stopped by Saros. He got out of that one. Wilson sets up for John Carlson on the 23-second power play. The left side back for Carlson. Dubois. Trade spots to Ovechkin. Ovechkin sends this one wide. Now back over to Carlson. Once again over the far side. Dubois. Carlson trying to get a deflection from Ovechkin. Can't get it there. And McCarron sends this one through. Michael McCarron skating the rest of the Marchessault penalty out. And both penalties have been killed off. Washington trying to send this one through. Skate back and retreat. Sandin. Rasmus Sandin moves it through on for the right side. Now back pedals. Now on for Sandin. Sandin. Through the far side. Gets this one up. Now Gaizo trying to stick this one away from the Caps. But the Preds recollect and control. Parsonen skating this one up through with it. Will be recollected by Roy for a split second, but now Ovechkin arrives there. 2:45 left in the first. Bouncing puck will be recollected through center. Believed by Dowd. This one bounced off to Saros. The fourth line out there for the Caps. Taylor Radish also there. Play stops with 2:37. And it looked like there was going to be a highlight reel for Martin Ferravari to try to open up the 5-hole. Ferravari got the receiving pass from Wilson. He opened up the 5-hole Saros, but Saros just got back on time to reach back on his right pad. And boy, a big hit from Matt Roy in his return. No words for words. Ryan O'Reilly got smothered towards the wall. Off this face-off, this is Carrier. Alexander Carrier can't get it out. This just held in for a brief moment at the right point. Now goes out onto the zone. Bouncing puck. This was in and out of play. Saros is an undersized netminder, but in his career he's 5-3-0 against the Caps. 917 save percentage throughout his career, 263 GAA. Mangiapane at the left wing side. LaPierre to take the faceoff. He loses the draw to Parsonen. 2:22 to go in the first period. This bounced off the near side wall. Washington able to recollect it. Sent back by Sandin. Parsonen able to hold it. Juuso Parsonen through the far side. Can't get much. This puck was sticked away for a split second. Capitals trying to get it back. Backhand around and skating after this one, I believe, is Roy. And one of the Caps sent towards the boards. Towards the Washington bench. Holding on to this one. Out in front. LaPierre tipped it wide. And a penalty coming up against Nashville. Want to have that one back. The pass was right on target. Jeremy Lauzon, 2 minutes for interference. That'll be Washington on the power play for the remainder of this first period, unless they score. But that was clearly interference by Lauzon as he shoved Sonny Milano towards the Washington bench. And he was not in possession of the puck. Cross-checked him also as well. That's a no-go. Caps on their second power play. They tied it up thanks to Connor McMichael. Ovechkin setting at 8:61. Nashville wins the face-off. Strome able to keep this one alive, but one of the Caps is down. Tom Wilson, Ovechkin, tic-tac-toe. Right circle, can't get it out. Strome, mishandled puck by Wilson. Nashville gets this one through, short-handed from the near side. Cole Smith around through several defenders. It's actually Brady Shea, not Smith. Shea. On for Smith. Smith over the trapezoid, holding on to the puck away from Ovechkin and Strome. Can't find any options, and Tom Wilson lays a reverse jam. And down for the deck, this gets past cross ice. Ovechkin holds it, moves in front, he gave it away. And winding it up, McCarron, and a big save by Thompson. Recollecting is Ovechkin, that might have hit Thompson on the mask. Centered up front for Strome. This takes a bounce off a Nashville defender. McMichael sends it around through the boards, on for the far side. Tic-tac-toe as Ovechkin from the near point. Right behind that, McMichael around for the right circle. Pass back over to Carlson. Now at the top of the right circle as Strome holds on to this one. Dubois down low. Strome holds it. Now it's McMichael right in front. It's blocked off. Nashville covering this one up. 36.2 left. And Luke Schenn wants to go after Dylan Strome. Or McMichael, rather. In a tumultuous first period between the two of them as they're exchanging blows with each other. McCarron winds up, trying to get a short-handed slapper. Chest protector off of Thompson. And that almost was trouble for the Caps on the power play. It looked to be towards his mask. Didn't get all of it. He's alright. 36.2 seconds to go in the first period. And low crouched Logan Thompson able to deliver there. Both goaltenders for the Caps catch with their right hand. And low into that crouch. Is able to deliver the save. 33 to go in this first period. Battle for this loose puck in the far corner. 30 seconds to go. This comes out to the point. Ovechkin kicked out by Saros. Look to be one of those signature Ovechkin goals from the left circle. That's his office. Mangiapane sends it over across. A save by Saros. Loose stick over the far corner. Back to the point, Sandin. Ovechkin position at the left circle. Sandin takes himself wide. 8 seconds to go. Washington trying to keep. Loose puck over the far side. Nashville gets this one down. And that may likely kill the Capitals' penalty. The Capitals' power play. We're at the end of the first period. Tied at 1. Washington has 6 seconds left of power play time heading over to the second period. But we have a tie here after one period. 1-1. We'll be right back in just a moment for the first intermission report. I'm Alex Nava. See you soon, everyone. intermission report here at Washington, D.C. We're tied here at 1 apiece after 20 minutes of action. Yusuf Parsonen on a deflection. Luke Evangelista and Philip Tomasino with the assists. Connor McMichael with his 8th of the year. Matt Roy and Pierre-Luc Dubois the assists. The goal separated by a minute and 14 seconds here. One of the big storylines that we're looking to go through is Alex Ovechkin. Will he pass Gretzky? And this year may seem like a realistic chance. He has 7 goals so far on the season. And so far for his career, he is sitting at 860 career goals. Had 31 last year, but he has 7 so far in 11 games to start the season. So that's been the biggest storyline over the news headlines so far for the Washington Capitals. To go around through the National Hockey League. So in the plans for long-term success for Utah, how Ryan Smith is trying to get them over to Providence. There's the public-facing 40-something billionaire tech mogul answering questions in a way that can be direct, earnest, and open to admitting he may not have the right answer or an answer. That's the version most people see, but there's another version of Smith that is unapologetically Utah. He comes out the way he talks about Salt Lake City, about sports, the state of Utah, and the beliefs that many people have about a place that they have likely never visited. The first version of Smith is the reason that the Utah Hockey Club exists. And the second version is ensuring that the franchise is going to thrive in the most Utah way possible. He said, quote, "I put everything in Utah. They said we couldn't build tech here, and we'd have to move to the Bay Area. We couldn't get venture funding here. We couldn't IPO a company from here. We couldn't sell. We proved every single person wrong." That I think that people start believing, holy cow, what's going on in Utah? That's incredibly gratifying when you're fighting for a bigger cause. It's a mission facing Utah when it comes to achieving success long term. UHC is a new franchise technically. The team relocated from Arizona where they were the Coyotes. Before that, they were the original Winnipeg Jets, relocating to the desert in 1996. They're trying to prove that Salt Lake City and Utah as a whole can support the National Hockey League. They're proving that it can make hockey a staple, like the Utah Jazz or the NBA in several decades. And that is even dating back to the years of John Stockton and Karl Malone. The most important point for Utah could make it that as Salt Lake City keeps growing, so is the city's professional sports landscape. So, Josh Furlong, a broadcaster and sports director for KSL, said, quote, "Utahns especially want to show they're more than a flyover state. They recognize they're not going to be Los Angeles, Seattle, or New York. They want to showcase what Utah has to offer. You have a rabid fan base that will support your team. I think you have a bunch of people who want to showcase that. I don't know if it's some type of FOMO situation where they feel like they're not being included, but they want to be in that mix among the best places. You want people to feel what you see. You have this beautiful landscape, friendly people, and a great atmosphere for sports culture." So Utah getting bigger and better. Utah always leading the way. New technology is here, growing faster each year. This is the place. These are lyrics from Utah. This is the place. It was written in 1996, and it later became the state song in 2003. At the time of the song's creation, Utah was on the verge of announcing themselves to more the world, using sports and entertainment as a mechanism. The Jazz, they were in the Western Conference Finals from 1996 to 1998. 2 NBA Finals appearances in 97 and 98. Salt Lake City received international exposure in the 2002 Winter Olympics. In 2005, the University of Utah was the first school to have the number 1 picks in both the NBA and NFL drafts in the same year. Andrew Bogut for the NBA, Alex Smith in the NFL. The state's fortune also extended to film in 2004. Few graduates of BYU's film school made the coming-of-age cult classic Napoleon Dynamite. Decades later, it may appear that Utah could be following a similar trend, but everything in Utah may be going up only. Chris Armstrong, the Utah Hockey Club president of hockey operations, didn't quote the lyrics of the state song when asked about the future, but its words resemble a similar statement when he mentions Utah having the number 3 economy in the nation and the youngest state based on median age at 30.7 years old. Armstrong said, quote, "It's a unique moment in time where we're building something new from the ground up, and we get to do it with everybody here. So that is why we see a successful and thriving future. It's only continuing to grow that outpaces most cities in North America, and we think it's a great opportunity for a new sports franchise." History of sports fandom in Utah began with major college programs like BYU and the University of Utah establishing athletic programs. Smaller schools like Southern Utah, Utah State, Utah Valley, and Weber State also built followings in various sports. Professional sports came onto the scene in 1979 when the Jazz relocated from New Orleans, eventually becoming one of the NBA's most successful franchises in the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s. And even in the MLS, which came to the area in 2004 with Real Salt Lake, extending to the Utah Royals of the NWSL, team that was revived in 2024. Both RSL and the Royals are owned by Ryan Smith, who is also a BYU graduate, along with the Philadelphia 76ers and New Jersey Devils managing partner David Blitzer. In 2034, Salt Lake City will join Athens, Beijing, London, Los Angeles, and Paris as one of the few cities to host multiple Olympics when the Winter Games return to Salt Lake City. And Armstrong said that the Utah Hockey Club see more than 30,000 season ticket deposits, a similar figure to that of the Seattle Kraken when they garnered more than 32,000 deposits for their first season. So Armstrong said the franchise feels very confident that they can finish the season as both a top 20 revenue team and a top 20 ticketing team in the NHL, despite playing in a basketball-first venue that's around 5,000 obstructive view seats. There will be challenges along for the way. The Jazz teams with Karl Malone and John Stockton drew a generational fan that's paved the role of why the Jazz don't continue to be such a massive draw. And that fandom became an instant priority for the hockey club in Utah. Exactly a week after the Coyotes' last regular season game, the team was flown to Salt Lake City, greeted by 12,000 fans at the Delta Center. The offseason, the club organized an online poll encouraging fans to vote on the future team name. In June, SCG announced 520,000 fans participate before narrowing it down to 6 potential options. SCG's president of revenue and commercial strategy, Chris Barney, said the club will market to everyone, but they're concentrating on attracting young people so that they can grow those generational fans. Part of it is creating a youth hockey program. Many of the NHL teams playing in non-traditional markets, especially in the Western Conference, use these programs in the last 30 years. Short-term goal is to drive new and young fans to the sport. The long-term goal is to make the youth of today the season ticket holders of tomorrow. What makes Utah's plan different is their connection to the Jazz. The Junior Jazz is the NBA's largest youth basketball program. More than 60,000 members through Utah, Arizona, Idaho, Montana, Nevada, and Wyoming. Barney, who grew up playing in the Junior Jazz, said the Jazz designate 1,800 tickets every home game for program participants. So Barney said, quote, "Our goal is to develop a youth hockey program in which there's an Austin Matthews playing somewhere in the NHL. In the future, that's a project of Salt Lake City with the infrastructure that we have built. That might be one of the most important things. It's not right in front of our face. We have a 5-year strategic plan. Developing and building it out is darn near the top." Another challenge, building a fan base is while Salt Lake City and Utah as a whole are growing. Growth does not come cheap at all. Sets up a dichotomy that exists for many franchises. And also, the most recent USA Hockey memberships show that Utah's a combined 4,869 players between males and females. Out of those, 3,168 are younger than 18. 2,073 under 14. In 2017, the final period before the Golden Knights arrived, they had about 1,699 combined registered players. 2024, a combined 5,560 male and female. Well, 2,861 being 18 and younger. So Chris Hartwig, the publisher and CEO of Team Marketing Report, producing the Fan Cost Index, a model that calculates what the cost would be of a family of 4 to attend a sporting event. Recent history shows that new teams, expansion or relocation, were more expensive than the league average when they debuted. The Nashville Predators, Columbus Blue Jackets, and Minnesota Wild were all within 3% above the league average ticket prices in their first season. Those are the outliers in recent NHL history. The Atlanta Thrashers were 34% above league average. Vegas Golden Knights, 30% higher. Seattle Kraken, 58% higher. Hardwick pointed out the Kraken lowered the price for the second season, but they were able to certify a hefty premium for two main reasons that could also apply to the Utah Hockey Club. New team, new venue. Hardwick said it's possible that Utah's fans could be in store for a pricey first season. The possibility of an uptick in prices once the Delta Center renovation project is completed in 2027. There's also the road to secondary market. Hardwick said the average family is looking to go to a game might purchase tickets on the secondary market. They might not know when to find the strongest deals. So, as we go on to more of this throughout the second period in just a moment, I am Alex Nava. Stay with us, everyone. We're set to begin the second period. Washington is still with 6 seconds on their power play, but likely it may be killed off. Both teams switching sides. Capitals on their throwback uniforms to the old days, the Dale Hunter, Olaf Kolzig years. So it's the Capitals ready up to their old jerseys to the Flying Eagle uniforms that Alex Ovechkin wore in his first year with the Caps. Washington looking for big things in their 50th anniversary. They won their first Stanley Cup in the 2018 season. Nashville looking for their first cup in franchise history. They came 2 wins away in 2017, losing to the Pittsburgh Penguins in 6 games. So Dale Hunter by Gartner, Olaf Kolzig back in those years. David Poile winning as general manager in NHL history between the Capitals and the Predators. He was the first GM in Predators history. He's taken an upper management job as a senior advisor. Barry Trotz is the new general manager of the Predators, and he's been going strong in that route. The builder category in 2024, the inductees being David Poile and Colin Campbell. For the players, it's Natalie Darwitz, Pavel Datsyuk, Jeremy Roenick, Shea Weber, and Chrissy Wendell-Pohl. So Weber being nominated for the Hockey Hall of Fame. Second period getting set to start as everyone is getting set to take center ice. Second line for the Capitals to begin this. Pierre-Luc Dubois up against Ryan O'Reilly, with Dubois winning it. On the far side, Pelletier kill, but it's center up for Wilson. And the far side, inside, 2 saves by Saros. How did he turn away both of them? You say Saros still going in strong for the Predators, trying to keep them in this game. Ryan O'Reilly had to stick away. Now back the other direction, it's Wilson. He holds it. Now it's McMichael for the far side. Tap and misses the net. Oh my goodness, Martin Ferravari had a wide open net and couldn't bank it. From the far corner, there's a centering pass. This pass over to the near side. McMichael keeping this one alive over at the far point. Near point actually now speeding down for the lane. Here is Stamkos. Had it poked away. And Washington trying to get this one down. Ovechkin can't get much of that. And whistle is blown here. That was one of the best chances coming right at the box for Pierre-Luc Dubois. Top hand as he tried to set. He leveled that one all the way up. The pass across. Right opportunity, but none there. Whew, that was so close. Now off this face-off. Tango up, right in front. And right from behind, this is a bouncing puck. Here's Rasmus Sandin. Sandin, his shot blocked. And it's stung one of Nashville's players as they come back on a 2-on-2. That shot fired wide from Lauzon. Marchessault also there. Marchessault trying to bring this one back. And from the far side, it's a race for this puck, won by Ovechkin. Ovechkin taps it forward. Now it's over at the trapezoid. Can't be handled by Protas. From the far side, Predators moving things up. Nyquist hands it off for Forsberg. Now back for Nyquist. Spanorama shot. Can't get much of that as though Gaizo keeps this one inside. From the bottom of the left circle, Nashville trying to get the give and go game up. Now the sweep move by Tomasino. Saved by Thompson as Nashville trying to get back up. Juggled around by Parsonen from the far corner as this is bounced around. From the far side, along for the boards, it's a board battle. Pinned by Protas and Sandin as Washington trying to get back possession. Bouncing puck. This goes around. A chase for this loose puck. Roy trying to get there. He sandwiches off one of Nashville's players. Tomasino across. The pass blocked out by Protas. Protas trying to get this one out. Protas skates with this through the far side. Dumps this one in and then goes for a change. And this might have been sent out of play, it seems. Might have traveled out. And a well-deserved rest for Protas as he's coming in. He got about a piece of this is passed across off his stick. Intended for Juuso Parsonen. He does have to reach. Protas some 5 shifts. 4:08 of ice time. The 23-year-old from Belarus going in strongly as this long shot from the Caps doesn't get all the way through. Now from the left point, this one moved out. Lahero moving back in. Zach Lahero around Van Riemsdyk. Lahero, the kid, over to the point, lays it over Yossi. His shot stopped by Thompson, and he gobbles the puck up. 2:42 into the second period, game tied. It's a skyscraper right in front of the net. It's a long-range shot that almost took a deflection off of Mangiapane, and Michael McCarron, he was shoving Mangiapane at the front of the net in this net front battle. Thompson has 12 saves tonight. Saros with 18, so he's looking more like his old form. Logan Thompson shown as a rookie with the Golden Knights. The time that Robin Lehner missed. Washington wins the faceoff. Van Riemsdyk backhands this one around, but is held inside by Josi. Josi looks over to the point. Here's Marchessault on for the puck. Gets it down low for Lahero. Lahero can't get much. Smith saw it poked away. This battle over the near side. Tie up over the near side boards. Now it's picked up by Alexeyev. Alexeyev trying to move this one out. Can't clear it all the way through, but too hot to handle for the Preds. They get back possession from their own zone. They look to get things up. Lahero from the left point. It's bounced off of Thompson. It's a simple save as the Preds are looking to keep this one in. McCarron keeps this one through. Lahero trying to get this one down through. But Washington gets it right back. 2 stick lifts here by Steven Stamkos. Now it's over the far side. Poked away. Van Riemsdyk has it. Now moves it on around. Dow has it. Across. Turnover here. And a smart shot blocked away by Thompson. Philip Forsberg was waiting right there like a hungry shark, but was fought up by Logan Thompson. Disaster has been averted. It actually went off the post. He scored a majority of goals in there. Usually he is smart from that area. Usually he does not miss it. Bounced off the crossbar and goes out of play. Ooh, so close. 8 shifts. He has racked up 6:02 of ice time. Off the faceoff, it is won by Washington. Looking to get it right back. Caps have it. McMichael feeds it over. And through center ice, galloping his way through is Dubois. Shoved towards the wall by Nogaizo. Wilson going after it. Still a fight for this loose puck. Forsberg there. Wilson's shot blocked in front. Preds get it out. Bat it down. They scoop it up. Stamkos on the cross. This takes a bounce. Now moving up is Shen. Sticked away by the Caps as they look to get this one all the way out. 15:40 to go in the second period. Tied at 1. Parsonen and McMichael the goals for Nashville and Washington respectively. 19-14 the shots in favor of the Caps. Sandy can't get this one through. Lauzon picks it up. Gets this down deep. Around it goes. And it's picked up over the far corner by the Preds looking to take the lead again. Both teams trying to take the lead. Now it's over the far side. Hand off over the right side is Lauzon. Deep shot blocked off. The Caps have it again. McMichael bounces this one out. Scooped up by Tomasino. Now moving through at the near side. It's Carrier. At the near corner. A little handle. The near corner. Nashville gets it right back. Lauzon. Deep shot. Karam's through! Oh, that took a chaotic bounce, but stayed out! And Washington clears it. Oh! Lauzon gets it all the way. Luke Evangelista all the way through. Protas will get it back for Washington. 5:20 into the second. Moved up through. It's just bounced off of Roy. Icing waved off. Picking up is Josi. Josi braces himself as he spins around. Josi through the near boards. Moved up, set it up, and around this goes for McCarron. McCarron in stride. Fought off by Ferravari. Now for the far side. Picked up by Smith. And this bounces over the right point. Deep shot off of Thompson. Now behind the net. Pass out in front. Shea turned away by Thompson. Now one-handed along for Ovechkin. Alexander Ovechkin looking for a lane. Backhand pass. Get it all the way through. And clear it out. Washington once again with it. As Van Riemsdyk sets up Alexeyev. Back for Van Riemsdyk. TVR centering this one through and up for the middle. This is LaPierre. LaPierre shot. Save. Rebound. Swept away. Yusei Saros staying strong as Mangiapane. One-timer. LaPierre. Grabbed out of midair by Saros. And he decides to cover this one up as LaPierre shaking his head. 13:46 remains here in the middle frame. We're still even at 1. Still tied at 1 here at Capital One Arena. Philip Forsberg was the closest to scoring for Nashville to break this deadlock. Forsberg with 53 shots on goal this season, 4th most in the league, right behind Roman Josi's 54, Austin Matthews is 56, and David Pastrnak 60. I wonder what type of pasta which Bruins fans will like whenever he scores. How do you like it cooked? And which way do you like it cooked, rather? It'd be a pesto type of pasta? I don't know. As this shot was wide off the faceoff for the left point for the Caps. This one gloved down and fed over the far side. Quick shot on goal, turned away by Thompson. Rebound, shot wide. A third try, turned away by Thompson. Washington getting his back. They're trying to have things handled out. Don't want to get down with it. And for the far side at the far corner. Now this bounces through and it deflected out off a Washington defender. Shen picks it up. Shen through the far side. And this one got through, centered up front. Ryan O'Reilly with this one. O'Reilly shoved towards the far wall. O'Reilly still with this. Del Gaizo also there. Faravari and Carlson trying to get it back for Washington. A poke through. This will go over to the left point. Carrier keeps it in. And around this goes. Cycling around is Stamkos. Drop pass was bad. And this will be an attempt here for Washington to get something out of it. Waiting and on his own, I believe was LaPierre. Can't get much of that. Nashville's back into the attacking zone. Predators once again with this. Errant pass. This will go out to center. Preds have it again. Trying again. They get it in again. Can't get much of it again. As Matt Roy has it this time around. And he'll move this one up. Here's Dowd. 4th line out here for the Caps. Dowd around, backhanded it along over to the trapezoid. Now this goes over to the near corner. Trying to get this one backwards is Duhaime. Duhaime gets it. Duhaime. One-timer for Radish. Can't get it. And now Nashville on a 3-on-2 back the other direction. Nyquist trying to feed Parson and can't. It's blocked off as Shea gets it for the Preds. Shea up for the middle. Turned away. Now breakout pass. Here comes Connor McMichael for the lead. No! A third try. No! Saros hangs on. Connor McMichael is on a groove right now and finding his stride. He's the leading goal scorer for the Caps so far, and his shots like these and moves like these, cruising over to the zone, it makes his confidence go up. A turnover here generated by Washington, and he goes up for the middle, trying to get 3 attempts at this puck, all denied by Saros. First try, trying to go 5-hole, can't get it. Second try, no. And the final try, neither on that. The left F-port and the left pads. Now, what confidence this kid has for the Caps. He is going outstanding. And Ovechkin trying to get this one through. And this one up into the air. Nashville can't get much. Looking to get this one deep into the zone, they do, but can't collect it. From the far side, Capitals clear. Now moving through at the far side, denied away by McCarron. Caps get it back. Restart Alexeyev through the middle. Dylan Strome up through the middle. This goes. Protas sets up Van Riemsdyk at the near corner. Van Riemsdyk shoved towards the wall. Del Gaizo was right there. Now Nashville picks it up, scoops it into the attacking zone. Evangelista. Luke Shen tied up towards the far corner. Battle for this loose puck. Letting this one go, and Washington back with this. Down deep they go with it. And neutral ice. And they dig in deep. Lauzon picks it back up. Lauzon across. Preds enter the zone with Zach Lahero. Lahero over to the far corner. This slide here from Cole Smith. Smith. Nick Dowlis right there. And it's scooped up. And a low turnaround. Can't get much out of that one. As Washington, they try to get this one through all the way to the attacking zone. They retreat again at their defensive zone. They actually slowed down here for this moment. As the Caps get this through from Roy to Dowd. Taylor Radish with him as well. Radish sends this through. Dowd pinned towards the wall. That allows Nashville to scoop it up. nearing the midway mark of this period. O'Reilly, he was looking for Laru. Alexeyev is checked away. Now O'Reilly can't handle this puck. Ryan O'Reilly will drop it over for Yossi. Roman Yossi tied up by Radish. Radish held alive by Forsberg. This shot was blocked. This is over the right circle. Swept away for one bit. Now back over to the point. Brady Shea, deep shot. Fought off by Thompson. Alexeyev using boards to try to get this one out. Can't get it. Shea. Tied up towards the wall by Taylor Radish, but the Preds hold. Now another shot up towards the wall. And big judo flip takedown as this puck goes over to Thompson. A cap and a Pred got involved. Stamkos is a little shaken up, but he's okay for the most part. But what action here in DC? 9:25 remains. Second period. In his second season with the Capitals as an assistant to Spencer Carberry. A lot of shots on goal right now for the Caps. He's had NHL coaching experience before with the Carolina Hurricanes, but has stuck around mostly as an assistant. The Montreal Canadiens, namely, they were in that year to the Stanley Cup final, but Dominique Ducharme assumed assistant coach, interim head coaching duties during the Stanley Cup final run. Luke Richardson named the head coach of the Chicago Blackhawks. It's off the shots. There's a rebound, not there. The Capitals over the attacking zone. From the left point, blocked off. Washington holds it. Carlson across. From the left circle, a shot. Turned away by Saros is high. Predators pick it up as Logan Thompson is readying himself up. Gustav Nyquist sees this go past him on the dump-in. It's 8:55, second period. On the far side, Washington readies up, looking for the counterattack. John Carlson moves around. Yusei Saros will let this one go. Barabari now has 9:20 of ice time. The Preds, they're getting right back on the attack. Roman Yossi. That was fought off by Logan Thompson. And the rebound picked up by the Caps as they go back on the counter. On the left circle, driving the way through. Pass right in front, centering pass. A hold, a shot. Nothing. On the far corner, Martin H's has been heroic for the Carolina Hurricanes. Hopefully, he'll keep this going as Trevor Van Riemsdyk sees the shot deflection, can't get his way over to the net. And the left circle, right out in front. Can't get much of that. Pass over to Van Riemsdyk, sticked away. 8 minutes left in the second period. Jostle free as Washington keeps it over the attacking zone. Roman Yossi over 2 minutes on his current shift, just as Mangiapane saw this one go too hot to handle for him. Preds on this. Van Riemsdyk couldn't hold. Maybe Yossi could get a change here. Collected at the Washington zone. Alexeyev on it. Alexander Alexeyev with Luke Evangelista watching. Evangelista chasing after Alexeyev. Now for the near side. Deflected through for Protas. Saros Gets this one over for the near side. Caps on the hold at the attacking zone. Now back over to Matt Roy. Roy, his shot turned away by Saros. Bounces through over to the far side. Preds pick it up. Moves on. Well, moving through. This one deflected through. Chasing after it is Tomasino. Tomasino right out in front. Can't get that much of that. Loose puck in front. Nothing there as Thompson turned it away and Ovechkin clears this one down with the help of Protas. Now the attacking zone. Strome trying to get this one deep. Protas in front of Ovechkin. Turned away by Saros. Ovechkin to the point. Matt Roy from the right point. Gets this one down low. It is Protas. Right back over to Roy. Roy's shot turned away by Saros. And a tangle up at the slot. Kept alive. Ovechkin right out in front. Saros turned that one away too. Rebound kept in by the Caps. Not much there as the Preds take it away. Parsonen lets this one up and dumps it through. 6:30 to go. Waiting with this is Washington. The Caps get back at this. 6:25 to go. Puck tipped in deep. On the dump it is Dow chasing after it. So is Carrier. And the Preds get it back. 3-on-2 back the other direction. Far side. The feed over to Stamkos. Stamkos protects. Now goes over to the far corner. Keeping this attack alive. Philip Forsberg also there. Bouncing puck around. 6 minutes to go here in the second period. Caps on it. Radish trying to clear. The Preds can't get headed to go. This attack has been very quiet. Here's Taylor Radish. Quick shot. Stopped by Saros. With 5:49 to go and he leaves no rebound. Takes us to the stoppage. And we are still at a 1-1 tie here at Capital One Arena. Final moments of the second period. Still tied at 1-1. Juuso Parssinen at the 3-minute mark. Followed up by Connor McMichael a minute and 14 seconds afterwards. (28-18), the shots in favor of the Capitals as they're in the attacking zone. Tom Wilson readying up for a quick shot from on a face-off win from Pierre-Luc Dubois. That didn't happen though. 5:45 remains as the Preds looking to take the lead. Cole Smith in the zone. Poked away first, and the Caps trying to clear, in which they do. Settled down. The Preds over for the near side. It takes a bounce. Recollected by McMichael. As the Preds get this one deep. Logan Thompson wiffle balls this way aside. Cole Smith shoved over to the walls. The Caps trying to get this one out. Can't do it. There's a flying piece of lumber as McCarron, he decks Wilson. Wilson picks up his stick. From the far side, McMichael driving to the net. His shot is stopped by Saros. He is testing Juuse Saros, and even netminders alike throughout the National Hockey League, and he's getting rewarded time and time again. Takes a bounce off that pad, and McMichael is getting smart with his shots. A body blow on a speeding lane down through the left wing side. And McMichael made a direct one shot off of Saros' body. 5:10 to go here in the second period. Juuso Parssinen at the faceoff dot, left circle, against Dylan Strome. False start in the faceoff. Parssinen is tossed out. Marchessault taking his place. Nyquist also in this as well. Quick shot, rang off the right post. Van Riemsdyk kept it in. It is down at the trapezoid, jostled free. Strome reaches this puck, kept it alive. The one-timer not there. Another one, score! Alexei Protas! Right after the offensive zone faceoff, it took them some time to get it there, but they still maintained the attack. With Dylan Strome keeping his puck alive from the near corner. It came loose out in front, initially towards the point, but it took a lucky bounce as Ovechkin directed it down low over to Protas. Quick thinking right over to Protas on a tic-tac-toe play as Ovechkin was set up over at the right circle, fed in front for Protas. The top six has the 2 goals for the Caps. Already at the 30 shot mark. Here they come again. Another shot. Sail wide. Held inside as this one's over at the near corner. Ovechkin and Strome setting up the Protas goal. They lead 2-1. 4.5 minutes to go here in the second period. This one corralled down deep at the near side. Here's over to Forsberg. Stamkos will set it up for O'Reilly at the right point. Quick shot. They answer back! And just like that, the Predators, within seconds of the Protas goal, have tied it. It's a Steven Hammer Stammer. Stamkos on the board for Nashville to even this one up at 2 apiece. He doesn't get it past initially. It was an innocent looking play at first. But then when someone got open initially, it was a deflected shot on the right side that Carrier initially shot. It was going wide, but Stamkos smartly deflected it as it went past Thompson and went top shelf. Tied at 2, shots 30-20, Washington. 4:20 to go here in the period. Capitals in their zone. Start off with Parson and McMichael, then Protas and Stamkos. At the defensive zone, Carrier comes sliding through. Down there, Duhaime also. Brandon Duhaime behind the nets. Duhaime trying to jostle free off 2 Predators. Duhaime behind the cage. Down goes Dowd. It is scooped up, bouncing puck. It is recollected by Lahero. Lahero moves in. Zach Lahero! And a big save by Logan Thompson as this goes out of play. Lahero looking for his first career NHL goal. Let's say Protas with the go-ahead goal for Washington, only to be answered back by Steven Stamkos. 4 goals, 4 assists in his last 5 games. He's been on a tear as of late for the Caps. Used to be on the 4th line, but got bumped up to first line duties. And so far, it's been producing good results for the Caps between him, Ovechkin, and Strome. Boosted offensive production by a lot. Nashville on the offensive zone faceoff. Shea sets up in front. Can't get anything out of that. There's a loose stick onto the ice. Washington gets it back. It was one of theirs. Evangelista banned on a shot. The first over to the pass over to Trapezoid. Now over to Tomasino. Tries to set her up through. Now the Caps. On the other way. Strome turns back. Washington moves through. Here's a 3-on-2. Canceled out on an offside. Tom Wilson got slightly across. It is 3:20 left in the second period. That's the fourth multi-assist game this season for Dylan Strome. See, it's right up there among the rest of the league in multi-assist game. Tied for sixth most in the NHL. Former third overall pick. Played for the Arizona Coyotes and the Chicago Blackhawks previously. Now at DC with the Capitals. Thriving with Ovi and Prody. And Joe Beninati, Craig Wafa talking about Nicholas Backstrom. Backstrom is in the long-term injury reserve. He's not expected to play this year. TJ Oshie we're not expected to see much of this season. He's on the final year of his contract, age 37. At the near corner, a fight for this puck. It is Washington emerging with this. Radish hands off for Duhaime. Duhaime over the near side. Continue to talk about Backstrom. And there's Karen back over to the SWAT. Caps get it as Nashville can't get it out. Left point Faravari sends it down low. Radish fought off. Now here's Duhaime over to Trapezoid behind the net. Over to the right point. Carlson the first over to Faravari. Goes right back over to Carlson. Unloads the Clapper. That's blocked in front. Now the Preds back with this. 240. 238 now. The Preds looking to get the lead back. And this one brought down by Thompson on a far side wall shot. Squeezed it. 2:35 to go on the period. But his shot from John Carlson nearly was blocked, but it could have gone a tip. Nearly was there on the way for Duhaime. It took a bounce off of Radish, it seems. And when these deflections start pulling through, it starts becoming a problem. 7 tip goals this season for the Caps, which is third most in the entire NHL. Off the faceoff, the Caps clear this one down. Bouncing puck. Rolls around and collected by the Preds as they look to get the counter going. From center ice. McMichael tipped this one through on the dump it. Preds have it again. Moving it through, this goes over to Tomasino. Out the reach of McCarron. Now back deep. Marchessault chasing after this. Van Riemsdyk getting this one along. Yossi holding this. No help. And it's a simple block for the Caps. They recollect. And through center, Yossi gets it back for the Preds. Entering this one through is Smith. Cole Smith thought about a pass. Thinks better of it. Now for the right point. And this one took a monstrous carry. Now right open is Yossi. Thompson down. And he covers up. 143. A little shove afterwards. Tom Wilson to Juuso Parssinen. There might have been a piece of the stick right on the way. The puck nearly went into the net. Almost was a double deflection. It was deflected wide. You're trying to retreat the puck and recovering it. Yossi had a good opportunity at getting this one inside. He gets a lot of that, but not all of it. 143 remains here in the second period. Yossi has that distinct ability making something out of nothing here for Nashville. Trying to keep the Preds in this game. Third pairing of Delgaizo and Shen back in for Nashville. Evangelista's line back out there. Expected to be a healthy scratch, but Andrew Brunette put him back into the lineup. Both starting to face off. We'll have Tomasino. And Washington wins it. 1 second to go in the second. A slam towards the penalty box doors by the Caps. They've been relentless so far. 1:30 in the period. Evangelista had it chopped down, and now it's Parssinen moving back up with this. Juuso Parssinen with the angle. A second one. Can't get by the Washington defender that was right in front. 118. It might be a trip. Fans are livid. They think it should be a penalty on Nashville. Now back the other way. A sliding block on the pass. High the Caps as they get this one down. Philip Tomasino can't pick it up. As Washington clears this one down, it's going to be an icing nonetheless. A minute left to go in the second period. And the Capitals entering the McNugget minute. But that should have been a penalty on Nashville, it seems, because it looked very clear. It might have been a trip, which Andrew Mangiapane got tripped up from behind by Philip Tomasino. Mangiapane didn't like it. He looked directly at the referee, and there was no penalty called here. Forsberg off the draw. And this one bounced behind the cage. And this one loose out in front. Left circle, scooped up by the Caps. 48 seconds, they clear. Philip Forsberg recollecting this. Forsberg, Bruce center, now delivering over to the left. Stamkos trying to get this way through. Forsberg turned away by Thompson. 37.5 to go. In the second period, we have a crowd in front of the net. Caps are going to get a penalty for roughing. Referees are going to come to center ice to assess all this drama. Little punch to the head for Matt Roy. It's going to knock out the helmet as Roy is going to serve 2 minutes. It's a little nice feed from Stamkos to Forsberg. Right on the money for Logan Thompson. And Stamkos with that beautiful pass over to Forsberg. But right afterwards it's Roy with a little punch towards Forsberg's helmet. And Joshua free. That is a roughing penalty. An absolute no-no. You can't do that. And you get 2 minutes for roughing out that. 37.5 to go in this middle frame. Shots are 30-24. Washington. Who knows if both sides will exceed 40 shots. Who knows? Nashville's power play 0 for 1 with 1 shot. They want to rebound from this and get back onto the groove. O'Reilly, Stamkos, Forsberg, Josi, and Marchessault. That's the 5 that are out there for the Preds. Off the face-off, it's a tie-up. Forsberg trying to get it back, but Washington gets it out. All the way through as Saros will leave behind to Josi. Time ticking here, 26 to go. If Nashville doesn't score in this period, they'll have an additional minute 30 in the third period to begin. On this power play. On the attack through the far corner. Center out in front here, Stamkos. One-timer to high slot. Josi got it turned away. Marchessault holding on to this. And the Preds fought this one in. 5 seconds. There might be a tangle up. Is this going to be a penalty against Nashville? It seems. One last shot. It's gloved down by Josi. Here's a question. Was the grab before the period ended or right when the period ended? Because if so, there might be a penalty against the Preds to begin the third period. I don't know. The penalty along for the wall. Yeah, that is a clear penalty. It's a trip for Nick Dowd. It'll be a 4-on-4 to begin the third period. That's a football tackle. Oh, you're trying to grab someone on the shoestring. We'll be right back for the second intermission report. I'm Alex Nava. Stay tuned, everyone. are here for the second intermission report. Alec Nava here with you. We're tied at 2. In the second, and after 40 minutes, Juuso Parssinen from Luke Evangelista and Phil Tomasino, Connor McMichael, Matt Roy, Pierre-Luc Dubois in the first period, Alexei Protas, 15:03 in the second period, and then 31 seconds later, Steven Stamkos from Alex Carrier and Ryan O'Reilly. So that's how we got here, and through all sorts of angles, through darkness, there will always be light at the end of the tunnel. That's all the advice I'm going to say.
Yep.
I'm not going to delve into any specifics, but Sesame Street has said it best. It's okay to be stressed. It's okay to feel anxious about it. At the end of the day, we're all human beings. And it's more than okay to feel stressed, sad, angry, and about certain things. But when things don't go our way, even though we do our part, the best that we can do is that we can do our part to help. And that we did. Whew. That's like that. I wish I could say, how are you doing? But the answer might be obvious, Ian.
I'm going to be honest, man. For me, it's just a matter of, I hate using this phrasing, but it is what it freaking is, and one must adapt. We don't like it, but it happened. For now, though, at this point, all we can do is just keep
the faith.
A platform for people to have a voice, and in this case, provide commentary.
Yeah, provide. This is a radio broadcast, essentially here. So all things aside, yeah, about certain events, and I wish to not speak of them. I just want to say, wish everyone to stay safe and stay vigilant, and always stand up to hate, because it's not accepted around, not here, not anywhere.
Correct. On another subject, though, where are we at for the Alex Ovechkin goal counter?
Still at 8. Oh, what was it? So still at 860. He's not scored right now, but he has 7 goals on the season. He began the year sitting at 853. To pass Gretzky, he'll need 42 goals this season. It can happen, Ian. He has 7 goals in 11 games.
Yeah, man. Oh, I hope he gets it. Because you know what? That would be spectacular.
Absolute cinema.
For, the Capitals, they're... Okay, maybe you can help me out here. Has there been an influx of young talent that's helped the old core so far?
Mm-hmm. And with free agent additions, key free agent additions in the offseason, infused with the young talent. So, outside of Martin Fehervary, who has been a key young piece, they added Matt Roy to that defensive core at the defensive end of the ice. They got Jacob Chychrun, who is not playing right now. He's hurt. But this is Roy's first game back from injury. He missed the last 10 games. But that's vital for the Caps on this defensive structure. Offensively, you added Pierre-Luc Dubois and Andrew Mangiapane, which are your 2 key offseason additions in the trade market. And the fourth line, Brandon Duhaime and Taylor Radish to help out Nick Dowd on that fourth line side. But you mentioned about the youth movement, Ian. How can I interest you in Alexei Protas on the first line, Connor McMichael, who by the way leads the Capitals in goals on the second line with Dubois and Tom Wilson, and Hendrix Lapierre, whose favorite player to watch growing up was Ovechkin.
Wait. Hang on, did you say that Pierre-Luc Dubois is actually producing for a team that he's playing for?
I know, I was more to the line of will he or won't he? We've seen this story a lot. Will he or won't he?
Yeah.
I mean, 6 points, 11 games. Decent enough.
Yeah. Let's see. So the Capitals are 8-3. Are they leading their division, or are they like second or third?
Well, good thing you asked, Ian. They're actually a wild card team. That's how stacked the Metro is.
Whoa. Okay, I gotta look this up for myself because they have an 8-3 record, which is, let's see, wow. Okay, the Rangers, the Devils, wow, they've had
Oh.
the bunch of jerks.
The bunch of jerks always at the top, or contention to be at the top. But the Devils, they are second in their division, but I feel this may be faulty because they play 15 games. You got to count for global series in their 2 games at the Czech Republic. So that's why I see the Devils being at second in the Metro being a little faulty.
Correct, and hang on a second. I know it's early in the season, but can you explain Columbus to me? Can you explain Columbus to us, Mr. Alec?
Well, they did hire Dean Evison in the offseason. And I think that was going to be a boost to them because Pascal Vincent was hurried up, was a hire that was in a hurry for the Blue Jackets because of the Mike Babcock debacle. And Vincent looked just as lost as Brad Larson. Evison brings accountability to the Blue Jackets, and it's showing. Though the best line on Columbus, you would think it would be the top line, and it is. Yegor Chinakov, Kirill Marchenko, and Sean Monahanov. See what I did there?
Sean Monahan, yeah.
Yep. Monahan, it really wants to win for Johnny.
Yeah.
Well, even so, 5-5-2 is a great start for Columbus given our expectations.
Yeah, and in the meantime, this season for the Blues is gonna tear me in two because they just don't know what they want to be every other night.
I can say the same thing for my Penguins. We just don't know who we want to be on any night, any given night. 5-7-2, yet inconsistencies and bad defense has plagued us a lot. Matt Griswick is not helping us at all.
Yeah, well, I can tell you exactly what's going on with. I can tell you sort of what's going on with the Blues. Number one, an issue that was big issue, 2 biggest issues. Right now, the defense is inconsistent. They're pretty much having to rely on Binnington because, well, and the fact that their young guys keep getting injured. Holloway and Broberg are out. Don't know for how long. And they still don't have a power play, Alec.
Oh.
It's so bad. It's okay, from the games I've been able to see, the the um the passing is not crisp. When they pass to each other, the puck will bounce off. When they do the power play, it's they are so selective with their shots. It's I think they may come out with maybe 1 or 2 shots per power play when they should be average. When I would rather listen. If you're gonna fail a power play, at least fail with putting up at least 5 or 6 shots. If they don't go in, they don't go in, but at least you're peppering them. The Blues, if they're lucky, will get off 3.
Man.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah, I also saw the Holloway injury. That looked very scary because, for context, for those who are watching or listening along, Dylan Holloway left the game against the Lightning because he was hit on the neck by a puck when someone was trying to one of the Lightning players were trying to dump it in. He was hit on the neck by a puck. I think he got the windpipe a little knocked off a bit. He was down, but he was transported to a hospital afterwards, and he is in stable condition as well. So that's good news for Holloway. He's in stable condition. We don't know the timetable of how long he's going to be out, but it looked very scary.
Yeah, when he gave an interview, he said, when it happened, he blacked out. He doesn't even remember going to the bench. From the moment he blacked out to when the next time he gained consciousness, he was on a stretcher next to an ambulance.
Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had to call off They had to call off play in the final minute of the first period. The high stick was later overturned when medical personnel for both teams they started to tend to Holloway before he was taken off to the ice. He was discharged from a St. Louis hospital at 11 p.m. Tuesday, told to abstain from physical activity for a day. There's a chance he returns to the lineup in time for tomorrow's game against the Utah Hockey Club, but the fact that he escaped a serious injury is a huge miracle, Ian.
Yes. I mean, that was, there's, look, in any sport, you expect injuries to happen. And each sport has, there's a wide range of injuries you can get for any kind of sport that are about the same. But each sport has its own dangers because baseball and hockey deal with a small projectile that can get up to speeds at about 90 plus, or in baseball to 100.
That can hurt you as well. It can sting you at any area whenever you're leaning towards one area. You're risking yourself injuring your shoulder. If it's spiked towards the dirt, you can risk injuring your ankle if you even hit a foul ball off of yourself. You're still risking yourself to a serious injury. It's one thing to be hit by 90-mile-an-hour pitches, but when you look at instances where you get hit by 100, even as fast as 104, like what Aroldis Chapman threw to Chas McCormick, that can be very serious. Yep, so I know injuries are guaranteed in sports. It's all over the place. But happy that Holloway's okay, and hopefully he does well the rest of the way. He and Broberg especially.
Yes. Okay, is the third period started?
We're about to start. Dubois' line is on the ice, and so is the hottest goal scorer for Washington right now, Connor McMichael. Last we left off, it was a penalty against the Predators. At the end of the second period, we begin the period on 4-on-4. McMichael and Dubois, the 4-on-4 unit here for the Caps. McMichael Feed over the right side, holding on to this puck. It is, as I'll get a number and feedback for McMichael from Carlson. This takes a bounce off of Saros. It is Yusei Saros in net for the Preds. Logan Thompson for the Caps. New goalie tandem for Washington. New number for Thompson, switching from 36 to 48. Skating around is Roman Josi, who is leading the Predators in shots heading into this game, ahead of Philip Forsberg, who has the 4th most shots in the NHL entering this game. Second is Austin Matthews. First is David Pastrnak. Lausanne denied entry. Fed back over to behind the red line for Alex Carrier. Carrier around, and it's Parson who ordered it. He has Yakov Trenin's old number 13. Feed back over to Carrier. Entry feed up front. This is Marchessault around through the far side. The puck was not picked up. Now it is from Parsonen. Tried to feed over to Marchessault. 10 seconds on the 4-on-4 before a power play ensues for the Caps. Feed back over to Mangiapane. Ex-Flame. Andrew Mangiapane. Curling drag. Can't get the shot away. Washington with an abbreviated power play for 35 seconds. Set up by Carlson. They'll get the power play unit on for this 30-second span. Carlson galloping its way through. John Carlson, drop pass was blocked off. At the near corner is scooped up by Nashville as they go up shorthanded. Second best penalty kill, which is Nashville, up against the worst power play, Washington. Strange world that Washington has the worst power play after many years in which they dominate on the man advantage. One last gasp of air on this abbreviated power play. Centering pass was not there for Tom Wilson. And Nashville trying to get this one out. The Caps keep penalty over. 5-on-5 for the first time in this third period. Scooped up. Faravari has it. Faravari for the right side for Carlson. He goes for his change. Faravari on the ice. 2:15 gone here in this third period. Right back this goes for Faravari. Saros is 5-3-0 against Washington in his career. As of late, the Preds have had the Caps number. Weird to see. Right back the other way is O'Reilly. Drop pass over to Forsberg. Forsberg centers up. He was looking for Stamkos. That pass was cut off. From the far corner. Battling for this loose puck. Down cut away. Opposite corner. This is now scooped up by Roy, who moves it through. Now this is loose. Picked up by Forsberg at the far side. Forsberg spins around. Go to the left side. High slot. Sticked away. Nashville gets it back. Near corner. Shoved down as this is a near corner side by Ryan O'Reilly, who is trying to maneuver his way through. Poked away. Now it's Dow picking it up. Washington with it for their own defensive end. Pass up through the far side for Taylor Radish. Radish centers up. Here is Dow. Sticked away in the nick of time by Nashville. Back the other direction. This is Luke Evangelista. Evangelista just past Thompson. Can't get much of it. Washington. Back the other direction. Faravari gets it out. Bouncing puck for the sin bin boards. Evangelista comes back with it. Evangelista shot. That's fought off by Thompson. Washington into dangerous waters. Nearly turns it over. They have it though. And they get it up front. Over to neutral ice. Down for the zone in the attacking end. Milano. Sonny Milano spinning and turning. Haven't said his name a lot. Dispossessed the puck and jostled off his stick. The Preds with it is Alexander Carrier. Carrier can't get much. And a takedown over at center ice as they're fighting right each other. Gloves are not dropped, however. It's Carrier right on Protus exactly 4 minutes into the third, and we have a penalty to be announced. It is a holding, Alexander Carrier.
So, the Cats are on the power play?
Yep.
Alrighty.
You insert... Go ahead.
I think you and I were thinking the same thing. Ovechkin from the spot.
Whoa, I would love to see it. That felt like a left arm reach in by Carrier right onto Milano to try and dispossess him. That's a no-no, and that'll set up the Capitals. And there's Ovechkin from that left circle spot. His one-timer there is unstoppable. Decides not to shoot it here. He'll defer it over to Dubois. Tom Wilson, the bumper spot. From behind the net, McMichael trying to set up. Dubois far side. Dubois trying to get something on it. This bounces over to the point where it's Carlson. Here is Dylan Strome, actually. Strome gets this one off. Wilson can't get much of that. Wilson again, right in front. Strome scores! They wave it off, however. Saros had to play ready for it. He might have gotten a piece of it. I thought it was a goal. Oh, I was so close. The Capitals were celebrating. They thought it went in. It bounced off of Saros' stick and out of play. I don't believe it. I've seen the light. Oh, I feel you, Ovechkin. I thought you guys scored as well. There's a one-timer. Another save by Saros, and we'll have another face-off at the left circle. I can't believe it, Ian.
So, how much time is left on the power play?
1 minute, 26 seconds.
All right.
Still a lot of time. Luke Schenn. So Luke Schenn on this penalty kill for Nashville. Second best in the league. Washington, worst power play in the league. But they came very close. But Dylan Strome had it grazed off the knob of the stick of Saros, and it went out of play. How did that not go in? What in the world? Here's Carlson with it. He'll handle it. Now send it forward. Tic-tac-toe between Strome and McMichael. Now back for Carlson. Pass for Ovechkin, blocked. And a race for this puck. 2-on-1. Short-handed. Cole Smith across. The pass is blocked by Carlson. Smith will send this one all the way back for Saros. He'll leave behind. Two defensemen onto the ice are Shea and Yossi. 40 seconds on the man advantage. O'Reilly winds one up and is stopped by Thompson as Ovechkin curls around and sends it over. Right behind us goes second unit out there. Ovechkin is on both power play units. Hendricks LaPierre moving this one up. Bouncing puck is recollected by the Preds, and they get this one down for the ice. So after an electric first minute of the power play, the second minute has been rather quiet. Rasmus Sandin drops it back and through the far side. This one bounced around, collected by Nashville. They'll send it down, scooped up by Sandin. This should run out the rest of the power play. And the penalty is over. Carrier's back onto the ice. LaPierre give and go between him and Sandin. From the far wall, this will be sent down for the ice. Saros has it. Mangiapane was threatening right behind. Washington back with this in the far quarter. Moving around, this is Mangiapane who got leveled off this puck. Smith, 6:20 into the period. Turned over. Washington able to bounce this off for the wall. Just behind the red line. This will be an icing as it's Marco Gaizo who will force that icing. John Carlson with one of the best defensive plays for the Capitals tonight as he made the poke check right on time for Cole Smith as he was looking to get a 2-on-1 goal set up for Gustav Nyquist. That's perfect defensive awareness there for Carlson. 18 shifts for Carlson. 17 minutes of ice time. Carrier at the blue line for Nashville. This faceoff is a tie-up at the far corner. Washington able to scoop it up and get this one out. Race for this puck. The icing's going to be waved off. Predators trying to get something back as this bounce back over to Saros. Chasing after his Dowd. Shoved towards the wall near corner. Several fights for this loose puck as they both go after it. Fade over the right circle. A firing shot was blocked off. Lauzon nearly turned it over. Now it's back with Washington, back with Nashville again, and they get it out. Two stick chops at it. Alex Carrier moves it through. Forsberg there. Forsberg at the near corner. Double teamed. If Washington tried to poke it away, in which they successfully do. Dowd. Fades it over. O'Reilly there. Scooping up as Nashville as they try to keep the pressure alive. Deadlock at 2. Thanks to Steven Stamkos right after the Alexei Protas goal in the second period. Icing here against Washington will not get a commercial stoppage. Brandon Duhaime still out there for the Caps on this fourth line side. So trivia, excluding Utah and Seattle, Washington and Nashville are two of the three teams in the NHL whose all-time points and goals leaders are currently on their roster. Who was the other team? You know, it could be a good question, but could I think Vegas in this?
For what?
Active points leaders currently on that. Active points leaders on the franchises that are active in the NHL are currently on the roster. So I think Vegas could be the answer, as Logan Thompson, he was under siege. Boy, did he need to save those shots. He'll cover up. 12:29 to go in the third period. We're going to step aside here. Alex Ovechkin, Ian Genge along with you. Back with in a moment. So on this trivia question, Ian, so excluding Utah and Seattle, the Capitals and the Predators are two of the three active franchises whose points leaders are currently on their roster. Who is the other team?
You know what? I'd have to agree with you because, I mean, let's look at it. The first year especially, I would look at Jonathan Marchessault. I mean, that first year for Vegas, he was going nuts. And since then, I believe he has been a consistent point getter for them.
Well, I know the trivia question was currently on their roster. I think I read the question wrong again. So active points leaders are currently playing in the NHL. I would believe for Washington it's indeed Ovechkin. Nashville, I think, is Philip Forsberg. And for Vegas, I would have to believe it is Jonathan Marchessault. I think you nailed it there. Vegas Golden Knights. We'll have to wait for the response from Monumental Sports Network as I am watching this on their feed. Can't go wrong with Joe Beninati on the call for those who are watching, for those OGs who used to watch the NHL on Versus. Tied at 2, getting back into the action, 12:29 to go in this third period. So, Monumental Sports Network did interview the assistants here for the Caps. Spencer Carberry, the head coach. Kirk Muller, Mitch Love, and Scott Allen, the three main assistants. Martin Feravari back onto the ice for the Caps, native of Slovakia. 33-27, the shots in favor of Washington. Nashville wins the draw. Quick shot off the faceoff from Shea. Recollected over the left circle as it went wide. Now at the point, Roman Josi skating along with this. Josi backpedaling. Now a shot off and away. Fought off. Recollected in near side boards at the half wall. Opposite side, O'Reilly will send it back. Deep shot blocked in front. Washington trying to clear. They scoop it up. Now on the counter. Wide open space at the far side. 2-on-1 here. His shot turned away by Soros. Had to stop that one because that would have been a 3-2 lead had he not been careful. Stamkos dangling through. One-timer on the way. Oh my goodness. And Thompson got out that from Ryan O'Reilly. 11:48 to go. We have a stoppage. Rush chances the other way. It was Philip Forsberg through several screens. That was like 2 or 3 of them. And a heavy 2-on-1. Pierre-Luc Dubois was on the other end of that. On a 2-on-1 and rush by the Caps. Dubois was picking shoot the entire way. Scoring chances, 16-15 Washington so far in this game. 34-30, the shots in favor of the Caps. It's realistic that we could see both teams eclipse 40 shots on goal in this game. Trevor Van Riemsdyk off the face-off win. Nashville gets a quick shot. Thompson turns it aside. Preds still apply the pressure. Capitals have it again. Rudisar far side moving through. It takes a bounce. Radish once again. Rolls this one around. Near corner. Duhaime fought off. Radish in front. Can't find Dowd. And this will sail back all the way to the Capitals' end. Thompson will set things up. The far side. Bouncing puck. This is Nashville with this. From the point. Shot pass over the far corner. They'll reset. Deep shot. Can't get much of that. One block there from Radish. Now the Preds again. Loading up from the left circle. Holding on to this puck. Now a drop pass over to Luke Schenn. Evangelista. Closing around. Schenn again. Schenn will look. Evangelista thought about a one-timer. Schenn the first over in front. Skating around in circles to Tomasino. Schenn's shot turned away by Thompson. No high danger chances there as the Caps, they get this one out of play. 10:45 to go in the third. Several key blocks here for the Capitals. The defensive game still showing. And Brandon Duhaime clearly needs to get to the bench. He is shaken up a bit. But yeah, he might have taken a shot block. He might have taken a slash to the groin. Duhaime was one of the goal scorers for the Capitals at Lenovo Center for their game against the Hurricanes. Yes, Lenovo Center no longer is at PNC Arena. And Lenovo does have some affiliates over the Raleigh, North Carolina area, so I think the sponsoring may make sense. 10:30 to go in the third. Moving through is Nashville over the right circle. They get things up with Zach Loiero, their rookie. From the far corner, this is McCarron with Smith feeding Loiero. Loiero on his knees. Gets it deep, McCarron. Nothing there. Past Matt Roy. And a double team right on Cole Smith. Smith tied up by Mangiapane. Mangiapane shoved aside by Smith. Shoved again by Smith. That's twice that Mangiapane got bullied. Lazon, his shot turned away. And this was several blocks on it. Thompson turned that one aside. Now for the far side, glove down. At the Preds, they're looking to get some counter in. Washington trying to get this puck back. Here's Ferravari. Martin Ferravari blows one up and sends this one deep. The Preds on it. Trying to clear this one. As it's loose over down deep behind the net. One-timer front. Score! 861! Alex Ovechkin, the grade 8, gets goal number 8 on the season. And the Magic 8 Ball has answered here in Washington, D.C. as Dylan Strome goes behind the net to set up from Gretzky's office. Alex Ovechkin on the receiving feed and through several screens picks the top left corner. The only area of the net in which Saros doesn't have covered.
Wow. We're really doing a goal countdown, aren't we? We're really doing a goal tracker.
Yep, I had to insert it here. You called an Alex Ovechkin goal. It just wasn't in the power play. It took a while to get us this point, but 861 career goals for Ovechkin. So 861 down. And on the goal tracker, Gretzky stands at 894. So for him to pass Gretzky, he just needs 34 more. So now it's Nashville looking to tie this one up. Every goal that Washington has scored, Nashville, every goal that each team has scored, each team has answered back. The trailing team has answered back every time. We'll see if that remains the case here for the Preds. From the left circle, windmilled by Thompson. Right point kept alive here by the Preds. The Caps blocked that one off though. Far side red line as the entry feed across for Nashville. 9 minutes to go. Caps lead 3-2 thanks to the grade 8. Alex Ovechkin, 861st career goal. Play stops. It seems we have a penalty against the Caps. Oh, we have some extracurriculars. Ovechkin takes off his helmet and gets a towel. But we have some extracurriculars onto the ice. But I'm sure the happiest man right now is Ovechkin. So we'll go to break.
Freaking Alex Ovechkin, God, what? Okay, is this guy in his 40s yet? Because it feels like it.
Whew. Feel like we're witnessing history in the making here for Ovechkin and passing Gretzky.
Hang on a sec. I'm gonna look up this Alexander Ovechkin. He's 39 years old. Okay.
He can definitely do it this year. So we have some goings here on the NBA side. In the meantime, two final scores. The Indiana Pacers down to Orlando Magic 118-111. No Paulo Banchero might be haunting the Magic. The Franz Wagner is keeping them alive for as much as possible. 28 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. Though for the Pacers, it is Benedict Mathurin leading the way. 20 points, 11 rebounds for them. Tyrese Haliburton, Miles Turner, Spicy P, Pascal Siakam each with 17 points. And the Charlotte Hornets, a game winner from Brandon Miller, leading the way on the victory. So LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller on half-court alley-oop. Ball with 25 points. Miles Bridges, 27 points. So as we get back underway here right now for Alex Ovechkin's great chase on the grade 8. The longest goal streaks for players at 39 or older. Brett Hull, 7 games. Johnny Busick, 6 games. And now, Ian, Alex Ovechkin, 5 games. Caps trying to ride an incredible season. Back underway here. 8:42 to go, third period. Nashville trying to answer back. We have no penalty, however. So I thought there was going to be one. The pass out of reach. But McCarron does a good job of waving off the icing. McCarron and a one-time from Shea blocked in front. Thought there was going to be something from there. Now at the near side, this is Brandon Duhane. He got slowed down a bit. Is there going to be a penalty against Nashville? We'll have to see. No arm is in the air yet. No. And as the press touch up, they'll say no penalty. Caps with it. Ovechkin, latest goal scorer. If this one stands, his goal will stand as the game winner. Saros plays it out through the far side. Nyquist moves it up through. Preds take it inside. Parsonen fought off by Strome. Parsonen gets it right back out the far corner. Now at the trapezoid, the Preds trying to stuff this one in past Thompson. It's a scuffle. Thompson's inside. Nashville thinks it's in. Then they'll take a further look. Evangelista point to the net. We'll take a further look to see if this puck completely crossed the goal line or if Thompson was interfered with. Whew. He was down on all fours. The officials are going to deliberate.
Oh boy. Here we go.
If you take a look at his Jonathan Marchessault tried to stuff it. Alexeyev got right into Marchessault and a low shove from Dowd on Mark Delgaizo as they tried to poke this one through. So there's the initial stuff attempt. I think a better look may need to come from the overhead slot, because that may get a better idea on whether the puck crossed the goal line or not. If the crashing and banging persists, I think it's too close to call here, Ian.
Yeah. So I want to admit something. I completely forgot that Jonathan Marchessault was a Predator. I forgot he signed with Nashville in the offseason. Or was he traded? No, he signed.
Yeah. And you know, so we're getting another look from the goal cam. Oh, there you go. I think I think we should have a tie game here, Ian. Now we get a definitive angle from the goal cam and the overhead side. It should be a goal. They're going to continue to review this, but I think that specific angle for what we saw on the overhead, it gives us clear definitive evidence that it should be a goal. Nashville stuffed it in. I think it should count. Andrew Brunette wants an explanation. We're stopped at 7:47 the third period. Kelly Sutherland discussing with the Predators bench. Spencer Carberry is going over his play sheets and his strategies. So Brunette, so we'll get the call. Nashville is going to, so a deliberation here. So we're going to wait on this call a little longer. Andrew Brunette is using his challenge to argue that there was no goaltender interference in stuffing this puck into the net. So this can get very interesting. We know that the puck went in, but we don't know where the goalie interference may be. Or did Delgaizo skate himself into the crease, or was he knocked right into Logan Thompson? That is the key emphasis. So immediately, the officials waited out for goaltender interference. So they're going to deliberate further. So,
all right, in other action, Red Wings lead the Chicago Blackhawks 2-1. Goals scored by Dylan Larkin, Nick Foligno, and Alex DeBrincat. And Vegas currently leads Edmonton 1-0. Goal scored by who else? Jack Eichel.
I mean, when you look at it, you think that Eichel would lead the Golden Knights in points, but so far it's been Mark Stone with 20 points. And also of note, Ian, Connor McDavid, after missing 10 games with an injury, he's making his return tonight. He's made his return tonight. The initial diagnosis for his injury, 2 to 3 weeks, but he's back in just 10 days.
How many games did he miss?
So, he got injured in the Columbus game. So, with that in mind, and McDavid missed the Columbus game. He missed Nashville, Calgary, and New Jersey. So he missed 3 games.
3 games, and they're 6-1. Wow.
Yep. Edmonton won 2 of 3 without McDavid.
Okay, so they're not just a 3-man show.
Oh.
They got depth.
Yep. Jeff Skinner, Victor Arvidsson, who they signed offseason. Now we are going to get the official call from our officials. Michael Markovich.
We're talking Jeff Skinner, the goalie, not the
forward. Well, we're saying a call is sin, no goal. It is goaltender interference from Mark Delgaizo, and because of the failed challenge, Washington gets a power play.
Oh, and there we go.
Oh, even some fans are dressed up as NHL officials.
Oh, as a Chiefs fan, we've pretty much accepted the criticism that we were rigging everything. So you'll see fans dressed up as refs.
It's a strange form of comedy.
Yeah.
So, double whammy here for the Preds, because that goal did not count because of the goaltender interference. The Capitals, however, are 0 for 5 on the power play with 4 shots. Worst power play in the league, going up against the second best penalty kill in the league. But if they do just enough at 5-on-5, it might as well do the trick. 7:30 to go here in the third period. 35-33, Capitals have the advantage on shots on goals. Center pass right in front for McMichael. 37 in, Ovechkin! Saros down! Puck over the trapezoid. Saros is back up. Ovechkin feeds it over to the point. Carlson banks it over for Strome. Strome knocked loose, And it'll be recollected by Wilson. Now back for Carlson. Advanced up for Wilson. Tom Wilson backhands it along, racing for this puck against Shea. 1:13 left off power play time. Now at the right point, set up past Ovechkin. Now at the right circle, Strome. Strome will look, mashed up by Nyquist. Strome going to the right circle, over to down low for McMichael. Can't get the tap in from Wilson. Carlson actually can't get the tap in from McMichael, and Washington can't hold the zone. Goes back out. Ovechkin will recollect. Going against Nyquist. Ovechkin runs himself into some trouble. Nyquist knocked it away. At the far wall is going to be Washington skating up with this puck. Centering pass over to Dubois. Trying to get it over to Mangiapane. Dubois knocked down from behind. Ovechkin waits. Now sends it over wide. Mangiapane shoved over to the wall. And the Predators can't clear it out. Good hold by Ovechkin. Ovechkin saw it get out. Hendricks Lapierre will restart. And skating this in is Sandin. Over the far corner. Nashville trying to clear but can't. Mangiapane. He saw this one forced down deep by Evangelista. And that'll run out the rest of this power play. The Caps are 0 for 6 on the man advantage. Yet they lead 3-2. Nashville trying to tie this game up. 5:40. Pass right in front. Not much on that as the Preds are back with us. Evangelista. Tomasino. To the far side. Parsonen. Juuso Parsonen forced to the far corner. Parsonen can't get out of his time. Not the Predators' friend now. Evangelista and Parsonen there alongside Tomasino. Evangelista. Parsonen's tied up. Sandin there. An acquisition from Toronto. In the Eric Gustafsson trade. Now moving it over to the far corner as Nashville moves it over. Shen. From the point. Gets it out in front. Bouncing puck was deflected wide. Now behind net. Parsonen. Final 5 minutes. Shen. Gets the shot off. It's wide. It'll be recollected by Tomasino. Turns it over to Taylor Radish. Radish gets it out. And skating after this is Luke Shen. Former Vancouver Canuck. Used to be the defensive partner of Quinn Hughes. For the right side, it is Marchessault. Marchessault takes this on a bounce from the near corner. A race for the puck. Forsberg there. Fight for this loose puck still. From the far corner, Forsberg emerges. One-timer! And a stop by Thompson! He got that one sliding from post to post. Stopping Brady Shea at the final commercial break. Well, it would be 4-2 had it not been for a brilliant block by Alex Carrier on Alex Ovechkin. So goal scoring for the Detroit-Chicago game, that's the nationally televised game. DeBrincat from Larkin with 2 seconds to go in the first period. Foligno from Bertuzzi and Murphy. Larkin from DeBrincat. So the top line exchanging who gets the goals here, Ian, for the top line of Detroit. They're at the second intermission. From the Vegas game, it is still 1-0 Vegas. Eichel from Fedor and Barbashev.
So, are the Capitals headed to another power play? Because I'm seeing that they have an empty net.
Well, I don't see it here on the ESPN side. I gotta refresh it though. I don't see a 6-on-5 situation, but 0 for 6 on the power play is not something I would think of for Washington ever. Whew. Oh. Oh, those texts of let's run. Well, yeah, I want to go for runs. Something to cool off my mind. Work out. Anything always helps. Yep, so Protas, Ovechkin, they're right next to each other on the Capitals bench. Nashville has less than 5 minutes to tie this game up. Ovechkin, a former first overall pick back in the 2004 draft. Sidney Crosby selected a year after in what was perceived as the Crosby sweepstakes. Off this faceoff as we get back, Nashville in control, trying to tie this game up. O'Reilly on the far side, another attempt at it. The first one stopped, the second one blocked. Near corner, 5-foot loose puck. Stamkos there, O'Reilly as well. O'Reilly falls down. Faravari not wanting to give up this puck. Faravari still paying this one to the wall. O'Reilly trying to jostle it free. O'Reilly to the point. Shea holding on to this puck. Nearly was picked apart from Yossi, and Yossi turns it over. Here comes Connor McMichael trying to split the gap. McMichael for the far side. Shoved towards the wall at the half boards. Now with 3:45 left in this third period, Nashville moves in from the right circle. It is, I believe, it's Gustav Nyquist. He got something up into the face. Now this puck bounces down. Will this be an icing? No! Just shy of the icing line for it to be called one. Too close to call. Marchessault driving in. Marchessault. That one partially blocked. Thompson pulled it away over to the near corner. Now moving through. At that near corner, Alexeyev down. McCarron trying to keep it alive for the Preds. 3:10 to go. McCarron trying to get this back over to the point for Carrier. McCarron still holding on to this on this loose puck battle. McCarron, Washington trying to clear. They do. Race for the puck over to Nashville end. Icing called. Jeremy Lauzon beats out Alex Ovechkin. Clock shows 2:59. So the answer, excluding Utah and Seattle, Washington and Nashville are two of the three teams in the NHL whose all-time points and goals leaders are currently on their roster. Who is the other team? That answer is the Florida Panthers. Well, honestly, I had Marchessault, Vegas. The answer is Alexander Barkov of the Florida Panthers. Greatest Florida Panther of all time. Oh, we'll do this face-off all over again, but who had that? Ooh, now the Capitals are asking for the face-off to be outside the zone. Ovechkin, he's in the game right now. The distance he skated is 2.7 miles. So it feels like it's the equivalent of next-gen stats in the NFL, but NHL with the distance skated. Now this puck goes out onto the benches. 2:54, that might stop the clock and help the Preds. And Ovechkin goes to the bench. You line out there for Washington. Fresh skaters. 35-33. The shots in favor of the Caps. It's that fourth line for Washington that's out there. Dowd to center it out. Duhaime on the left side. Radish on the right side. Going up against Juuso Parssinen. Tie up on the face-off dot. Still they're fighting for this loose puck. Control is earned by Nashville. This will be over to the right side. Carrier poked away. Shea also there. Carrier shoved towards the wall. Dowd can't get a stick on it. Racing after it. Are the Preds. They get it back. Deep shot. Was wide. Carrier pinned towards the wall. 2:30 to go. Evangelista. When does Nashville pull Saros? Evangelista still with this. Deflected. That one wide. At the far corner is Faravari pinning one of the Preds towards the wall. Left point. Now right point. Carrier. Carrier lifts up. Well wide. And Washington trying to clear, and they do. And a race for this puck. The Caps with it. This is Duhaime. Brandon Duhaime. Stopped away by Saros. Duhaime still trying to hang on. 2 minutes to go. This now behind the trapezoid. Where the Caps have it. Now the near corner. A shove. Now Dubois out there. Dubois trying to hang on to this puck, trying to kill off some time. Caps get it back with 1:45 to go. Sent this one around for the boards. McMichael. Right point, a rush to this. Matt Roy stopped by Saros. And a breakout pass. Too far. This stretchered by. This touch off of Nashville stick, so no icing. On for the left point. This takes a bounce over deep. Nashville now has an empty net. 6-on-5 here. Nyquist shoved once. Forsberg reverse hit on one of the Washington defenders. 1:20 to tie it. From the trapezoid. Fed it over to Yossi. Yossi gets it over to Forsberg. One-timer Stamkos! And a save by Thompson! We're used to Ovechkin one-timers in the left circle. Stamkos has mastered that as well. Forsberg, right circle, from the swat! Turned away by Thompson again! Now a race for this loose puck. This will go! Swept away by Yossi! Not towards the empty net. Nashville still has life. They need a score here in these final 45 seconds as Marchessault is in. Marchessault round. 6-on-5 here for the Preds. Stamkos. Round for the board. Marchessault. Marchessault trying to direct things back. Onto the trapezoid. Evangelista. Evangelista trying to force it over to Stamkos. 25 seconds. Now the trapezoid. Evangelista. Stamkos. A one-timer from the point. Well wide. Marchessault trying to get it. And this is from the near corner. Nothing there. A jam. Forsberg on the keeper. Left circle for Nyquist. Inside. At the front. Marchessault. Oh my! Logan Thompson. Game saver with 7.4. And Nashville tried to put it in between the pads of Logan Thompson as he was covering up. Gave up no rebound as that was a tip. It looked like the 5-hole was open. No, closed it at the last moment. And a nice tip by Forsberg to try to tie it up, force overtime. Now Nashville, they don't have a timeout because they used it up on the unsuccessful challenge. Now they're using their timeout. 7.4 seconds to go. They're all gathered up. So for residents over the DMV area, Ovechkin scored, you score. You can get 50% off of pizzas from Papa John's. Now Matt Roy back into action. He has been stellar in shutting off key offensive players such as Philip Forsberg and even delivering some key hits. Ryan O'Reilly even playing the shutdown role perfectly. Even some smart shots. Just one on that was deep from the point. He is getting involved actively on the forecheck. He has bumped off Luke Evangelista, one of the kids on the Nashville lineup. 22 shifts, 20:07 ice time for Roy in his return. He is on the bench now. Washington's getting a new defensive unit out there for the final 7.4. Forsberg is the extra attacker. Face off to the left of Thompson is won by Washington. Trying to clear it out. It's out the zone. Forsberg trying to get something in. The shot not in time. The Capitals call out a narrow 3-2 win.
Man. And with that, the Washington Capitals are 9-3.
That is amazing. And how about Logan Thompson, who's now the second goalie in Caps history to win his first 6 games with the franchise to join Tomas Vokoun.
Nice.
And Ted Linsys, team owner of the Capitals, gets his 1,000th career win as the Caps owner since acquiring the team in 1999. 18 playoff appearances, tied for first in the NHL since he bought the franchise. Second among owners in wins since Y2K. Most division titles since Y2K. 3 President's Trophies and a Stanley Cup. One of the most successful franchises in the league under Linsys. And that was mostly in the Ovechkin era. And the Capitals, with their 7th straight home victory of the season, or 7th straight home victory, period. What a game, Ian, that we have just witnessed.
Yes, sir.
Whew. Happy to have called this third period with you. Hey, hit me up if you need anything. I'm always open. But for now, I'll say a good night to you from Washington, D.C. I'll talk to you soon, Ian. If you need to reach out to me, I'm always available.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Have a good night.
Good night, everyone.